This is Logical MGTOW, Logical MGTOW Spot, right here. As you can tell, I'm not wearing anything in the sense of the Starfleet uniform, of course. But I am wearing a Support America type of shirt in the sense of the U.S. Army, with the fact that my father was part of the Marines. Um, anyway, this is Logical MGTOW, Logical Psychological Talk, Part 4. I have come across many videos over the course of a day and a half at most. Um, of course, I saw one today. This is how to destroy a fuckboy. This feminist doesn't know shit worth a fucking general general aspect. Let me see if I can find that for you here. The basic fact is that it's another feminist ploy, trying to get back at the male gender, which basically they think that they have the power and they don't. They think they have the know-how, and they think that we men are weak enough just because the the quote unquote vagina, basically we MGTOW men are, shall we say, not the wimps and weaklings to the female's genitalia any longer. But of course, I know and we MGTOW members know that there are many simp blue pilled manginas and white knights that are, they don't have the antidote to be cured of the aspect of the weak, where they turn weak due to the female form along with the female genitalia known as the V or vagina or pussy essentially, or hairy snatch. But anyway, the aspect of it is that these feminist women are not very logical as much as they think they are. And of course, yesterday I noticed that Miss Christio Misty, the one I called the spinster feminist bitch, she just reopened her new channel, and claimed that people were uploading her old channel, which basically only hackers can do that type of shit. Um, and only she can logically reopen her old account. Nobody else can. So basically, she's full of shit there too. Um, the talk today is going to be a wide number of things. Again, as part 3 and 2 was essentially. Um, the general fact of it is that women, these feminist bitches, think that they have the, shall we say, the key to knowing what men want and thinking that men are easy, and generally, shall we say, puppy dogs, in the sense that we will simp down to the woman just with a phony, fake ass, illogical, sinful promise that they would give themselves to us men, even in the sexual promiscuity aspect. When basically it's all a fucking game. It's a whole fucking mind game, and it's in a way of controlling many blue-pilled simp mangina white knight little bit assholes essentially. Um, but the one thing is that the other part of it is that there's still a percentage of women out there that are not very happy that men have gone, a good larger percentage of the men have gone their own way. Be that we have exited stage right, left, up, down, whatever, north, west, south, east, whatever. southeast or northeast or however you want to put it. We've exited the plantation. We don't want it. We MGTOW men have gone to the points to where we don't want to deal with their bullshit, their indecisiveness, their inadequacies, their indecisions, their aspect of where daddy government white knights for them and calls it just and fair and all this one. Basically, just like life, it's not fair. In on any level, even when the guy has not done any sinful action. And most of the time is that the woman is bored due to her own deep psychological emotion, which basically she'll try to always blame the guy for when basically logically and she knows within her own self that it's really not, but it's easy to blame the other person when they don't want to feel like they're lower than low and less of a person if the fucking female was about to blame themselves for feeling the way they do in the sense of unhappy, the not well attended to like a damn like they're a fucking car when they're not, and not well, not paid attention to enough, and but it goes on from that point. Basically, like in all aspects, they don't act like an adult. They act like a fucking 2-year old, like the terrible twos, like I mentioned on part three. As I believe I mentioned on part I was about to mention on part two, but I didn't think of it. I guess unless it's or at least a percentage of it is on there. but uh, but the one thing is that the aspect of it is that the women think that they have the, shall we say, ways of manipulation, even to many men who have even become MGTOW. To try to sway them and try to demean the MGTOW philosophy and manosphere, and in trying to sway guys back to the plantation. There's no fucking way that's going to happen. So basically, the feminist female is losing out on that one. They don't see it yet. The only thing they see is many men have gone MGTOW and are still going MGTOW. But yet we still have to get many simp blue pilled mangina white knights to realize the reality of things too. And hopefully, I don't know if any of the MGTOW videos are doing it, but of course, I know we more than tend to get we MGTOW members more than tend to get blue pilled mangina ones. Even making videos like I saw yesterday. I saw a number of them yesterday to where he thought he knew psychology. He acted like he knew psychology, and even after playing a video that favored the fucking feminist woman near the end of the whole thing. And yet this person was also a male. Um, eh, and basically he's just white knighting for the fucking feminist female in making these damn videos, or shall we say stage settings, in the sense of relationship or marriage between a man and a woman, and each one's different. Um, and uh, and the end result is it's the where the man gets the shall we say the wrong end of the stick, as it were, and the woman that he had before, he cheated on her with another woman. The woman that he cheated on ends up leaving the dude, and building up her own financial aspects, especially when it comes to her own type of business and whatnot. And while she does this, while the ex-husband at that point gets used for nothing but his income by the one that he cheated on the other woman with. And the end result, the one guy lost his business, lost his lost his finances, had to gradually rebuild and ran into each one of these idiots run into their exes. Okay, on each one of the fucking video examples, and the idiot and this white knight little prick that put this video on here thinks that he knows psychology and we should do what he says type of shit. Like we should stay simps and blue pills essentially, and we should stay white, but manginas and not steer away from the feminist female, even though they do us wrong, even in thanks to daddy fucking government essentially, due to divorce court, and and the one thing is he's trying to get men to go the the blue and purple pill type of manner, and even when he knows that there are many more cases that have shown that women do the illogical shit and the cheating shit more than men do, and yet daddy government protects our asses by being a white knighting for the bitch. And if the person that I'm referring to is watching this video, you know I'm talking about you then, don't you? Because I've seen your videos that you have the end result of where you're basically white knighting for the feminist female and showing that she or the first ex-wife of the dude is doing a lot better than the one that cheated, the guy that cheated on her with another woman type of thing. After he gets to the points of the bottom rung. Basically, you're white knighting and you're not being a real man. You're a fucking woman in male in the form of a male, which basically is very disturbing to say the least. The one, and if you've seen these videos, you know what I'm referring to. Uh, it literally completely he literally tries to make the as if the male is the one in the wrong when really it's the woman who is in the wrong. You know what I mean? The basic fact is that this dude is a complete mangina, a complete idiot to say the least. And I can believe me, I can completely call him more than a mangina, a simp, a white knight for the feminist female. And yet he thinks he knows more than what he really knows. He's just acting like he tries to act like fucking Freud or some weird shit in the sense of relationship experts and shit. And he's only peddling what he would use, and yet he's trying to get it to where people should use the same thing. But yet, really, logically, nobody can use the same shit that everybody else uses to where it works for them. Each one each one has to play it out differently. But at the same time, I, being one that knows true aspects of psychology, am not going to fucking white knight for the fucking female, the feminist female. I am not gonna simp or be a blue pilled or purple pilled simp mangina for the feminist female. I will always stand with MGTOW. I will always stand by the philosophy of MGTOW. And the philosophy of MGTOW does not go to the points of being a symptom, like I said in one of the earlier videos of logical MGTOW, logical psychological talk, essentially, of one of the ones before part 4 here. Um, the aspect of it is that I will be honest with you, and I'm not gonna be going to the points of thinking that the woman can never do wrong, because basically even before MGTOW, that's what the fucking feminist female has always thought. Oh, we can never do wrong. It's always the men that always do the wrong thing. When basically, really, it's the woman who made the fucking choice who to fucking cheat while he's trying to make while her husband or boyfriend or fiance is trying to make a living for them, even if they are or are about to or even plan to live together in the sense of what MGTOW calls cohabitation. And and so therefore she fucks it up for herself. Yet she'll fuck it up for herself in the sense of using her indecisiveness and her thought of not he's not paying attention to me as much as he used to. He's not courting me. He's not doing this. He's not doing that. He's not doing all the things that we women deserve. Even after he gets off of work, he's only um out on and about himself. And ladies, the feminist fucking females don't get the fucking fact we can still pay attention to the fucking female, but you got to give us some time to reassess. And I'm talking to and for or those men that deal with this shit. They fucking go to the point of getting off of work, not able to relax, and getting hounded vocally by the feminist female, being their woman at this point in time, even if they are cohabitating or not with each other in the same basic place of residence or not. And yeah, women like to talk. Women want feel that you need to talk about it in order to resolve it. Men don't go that pathway. We have a right to go the way we feel is right for ourselves. Yeah, women talk about all their issues, all dramatic shit. I mean, all even from when they get off of work, they always have a whole big ass fucking drama type soap opera type story. Oh, you know this what this bitch shit did when so and so did this, or so and so said this, or when the customer when this client or customer was about to do this or was doing this and kind of gave him a look and all this stuff. I mean, they literally just go on fucking storybook central on it. Seriously. We men don't do that. We men may discuss it in maybe moderate levels, but we don't go to the points of like fucking dramatic live soap opera type shit. But before we even do that, at times we reassess things within ourselves. Thereby, the fucking feminist bitch needs to keep her fucking trap shut and literally let the man reassess shit within himself. And it may take a day, the whole rest of the day. It may take more than 2 days. It may take at least more than a week, even while he goes back into the same fucking pit fire of his job. While he gets more stress upon stress and upon stress. The basic fact is that women should realize this shit, and they fucking instead think that he's not listening to her, he's not paying attention to her, he's not doing all this shit like a little fucking 2 year old wants from parents. And yet, if you're an actual 2 year old, that's understandable. But if you're a fucking female and you act like a 2 year old, expecting you men to pay attention to you when they are not truly ignoring you, but they're trying to reassess something within themselves, even after getting off work. So if they don't talk to you fucking feminist bitches, there's a reason. So therefore, no fucking female has a right or justification to fucking judge the guy wrongfully. And no justification, even spiritually, to go behind his back with another man and cheat on the dumb on the dude with another guy. When we men see you women coming home from work, we may say what's wrong. If you don't want to hear, if you don't want to say it, we respect it. We don't we back off eventually. We may go be in the sense of care and concern, but we don't go to the points of, honey, talk to me. What's wrong? And, it builds up from that aspect. So basically, women logically, MGTOW brothers, we all know this. We all MGTOW members know this. And the blue pilled manginas and the blue pilled simps and the fucking white knights need to realize this. Women don't fucking care. Because they don't truly understand that we need time to reassess within ourselves. Even after getting off work, let us relax, reassess shit within our own minds, within our own being. And if there was anything wrong, then if we feel like telling you, we will. And if we don't, then we have a right to say, "Don't worry, I've already taken care of the situation," or something to that general aspect. But of course, I know we MGTOW members know that women will not fucking let up. They think that they can solve. They think they can fucking help solve the male's problems even after getting off of work. Like he should express how he feels. Be like a woman. Express your emotions, your feelings. We have emotions and feelings, but it doesn't mean we're gonna be like an open fucking book, even if we're in a marriage or a serious or a semi-serious relationship, or even a not so serious relationship with a woman. We're not going to do that. I don't care how much women and those fucking Me Tooers and the fucking feminist bitches fucking try to get us men to open up. It's okay to express your feelings. You're a real person if you do. You're not a real person if you fucking judge a person like that. You're a fucking sinful bitch for assuming, oh, just because you don't express your feelings, you're not a real person. You can't do that. No woman has the logical spiritual justification, even in the base of logic and humanity, to say, "Oh, if you don't express how you feel, then you're not a real person. If you don't tell me what's wrong, you're not a real person. If you don't do what we women do in the sense of expressing how we feel, our emotions and our sadness and everything, you're not a real person. You cannot do that, women. We MGTOW members know this. You cannot do that, but yet you persist. Women persist to do this shit, thinking that they know what's right and we men don't. Yet they think they're just yet with the fucking feminist bitch thinks that they're justified by even doing that shit. You cannot change a person. And if you really wanted a man to express his feelings, there's ways that we do it. We can go to the points of yelling at your sorry asses, your feminist fucking female asses. And I know we men don't know. We know that you don't want that. Or we can slap the shit out of you and get arrested. And we know we men know you don't want that either. Where you're getting practically beaten to a fucking pulp. Logically and psychologically, that's the reason why women get beaten from the 1970s, 60s, and latter parts of 50s, possibly, as well as the 70s, 80s, and 90s, and even possibly within the millennium, even to this point of 2020. And yet we men get in trouble anyway. If women would just let us reassess, process shit within our own minds, and not cheat on us, not judge us, not try to change us, and not keep on hounding us, and not keep on pushing and pressuring us, then yeah, there would be no aspect of physical harm towards the woman. in the sense of in the sense of what's known as wife beating, to where the woman's actually to the point of almost nearly dead, depending on how much the impact is and how many times the dude hits the woman. That very it goes to that point. Women just need to pull back, put it in neutral or a moderate length of reverse emotionally and psychologically, and let us men reassess something within our own selves, within our own minds, because we know how to do that because we were taught by the best, being our fathers, our uncles, and various other, shall we say, people who we looked up to over the years as we grew. As you women do the same thing. You women have looked up to many, say, shall we say, female type, shall we say, um, essentially, shall we say, good examples, female good examples to learn from, to essentially take from, in an educational, emotional, psychological sense as well. So therefore, women need to realize this. You can't expect the guy to just automatically open up after he got back from work or back from a hard day doing whatever the fuck, right? And no, it wouldn't consist of cheating. Um, it could consist of, say, helping a friend move from one location to another, or helping a few friends in the sense of installing a new engine or whatever the fuck else, right? Um, or even getting back from an actual paid aspect of employment, and during while at that particular place of employment, something happened that may have upset us in some way or another, or something may have been said that upset us or in some way or another. Thereby, we need time to reassess, relax, be our, and reassess things. Just just basically put things in back into perspective before anything else happens that we do or what happens even around us. But no, that doesn't mean women need to realize this. It doesn't mean that we are ignoring them. It doesn't mean that we are uh, it doesn't mean that we are not paying attention to what they're saying because we can hear it. We're not deaf. Okay. The basic fact is that the reason why we stay silent even after getting off of a tough day at work, we are reassessing things within ourselves, within our minds, within our own beings, and we don't need to be hounded and trying to be reassured when we know how to handle shit ourselves. If we needed to talk about it with you, believe me, we would. But if we don't want to, we don't have to. Thereby, we don't need to be nagged or pushed into it and even judged for it. Women need to realize this shit, and they need to realize it and keep on knowing this shit. And that includes that you cannot judge the guy saying he's not paying attention to me as much as he used to when we were first going out. He's not doing this for me, and he's not doing that for me. Me. It's not about you, women. Women, you think you're the surround you should be the center of attention. You know how illogical and unrealistic that is? We MGTOW members know that. It is more than unrealistic, more than illogical to be and to assume that you, the fucking feminist female, to be the center of the guy's attention. The only thing that he pays attention to the most, aside from his family members and his mother as well as his father. But anything outside of that, you, women, or in this case, you feminist, sinful, cheating bitches. You may not like what I say, but I'm telling you, fucking fact, straight fucking truth. You can talk to any psychologist, therapist, they'll tell you the same fucking thing, but in a much nicer, maybe calmer way. And I am saying it calm, but I'm saying it in my own way. And it still will ring logical as well as realistic and true and factual. If any women are watching this, you know damn well I'm. Even if you don't want to believe it or even see it for yourself, talk to any therapist, talk to any psychologist, or or anybody else within that same field. Then believe me, they'll say it in such a way that I am right. Get this. Many years ago, this was before I became MGTOW, and when I was, I'd say it was probably the first half when a little after I did the and said my I do's. Okay, um, I was on Yahoo Messenger many years ago. Actually, now several years ago, and even though I was more than content in the marriage at the time, um, I was talking to a dude that was about to reach the steps of divorce. Be that, of course, his wife fucking committed sinful actions known as adultery, in the human aspect, cheating. And as we got to talking, I said major amounts of shit. I can't remember all of the shit that I said, really any of it, but I know for a fact I helped him out to the point to when he went with his wife, his now ex-wife, his still now ex-wife. Anyway. He and his still now ex-wife went to their marriage counseling or therapist or whatever, um, and he pulled the person aside and said he's been talking to a certain person on Yahoo Messenger, and where I said, yeah, this and that and the other, what have you else, and and then yeah, I guess in somewhere along the lines he said, is he correct on that? He said I was right on the therapist, psychologist, marriage psychologist, and therapist said I was right on the fucking button. Right on the money, and another way of putting it. So right there, that right there should tell everybody I know what the fuck I'm talking. I know psychology. Thereby, even if I were to tell a fucking feminist female the same shit that I've been saying, even if I replayed each one of the compilation videos of logical MGTOW, logical psych, psychological talk videos. If I were to replay those for her on her computer or on her phone or her tablet, she would be too close minded to even really pay attention. Much like Christy O'Misty would be, possibly. Much like Emily Emerson would be. Much like many other fucking sinful bitch feminists would be. More than closed-minded and totally ignore and say, no, you're wrong. I'd be like, oh, really? Explain this. And I would tell him. The same thing I just told you that I talked to a person on Yahoo, and I told you the other half of it already. And then he told me what he said. Then he well, the one thing I didn't mention was that when we talked again, he told me what he said, what he did. Then he said their marriage counselor or therapist or whatever said I was right on the fucking button. He didn't word it that way, but he said I was right on the button. Meaning I was right with everything I said. Every bit in nook and cranny I said. So basically, MGTOW brothers, you got a psychologist right here. One that knows full base of the human psyche, be that the male and female psyche. And no, I'm not trying to act like I'm the smartest person on the planet, which basically everybody, I believe that everybody has their own levels of knowledge and intelligence. We're not all Einsteins, I know that. But I'm being honest with you on every aspect I've said thus far. On every one of my videos, even before the compilation videos here that I'm, if you want to call them compilation videos, of logical MGTOW, logical psychological talk, right? So basically, I know there are many. So I mean, I know there are many people who know as much as I do, maybe a little less, maybe moderate less. They allow their emotions to get to them. Therefore, their minds are completely consumed with mixed feelings, mixed thoughts, all sorts of shit like that, right? And with those, and I'm referring to the people who know as much as I do, maybe if they're moderate or less, right? Moderate percentage of what I do know, and or less of what I than what I know. I know more than less, and I know more than moderate, of course. Um, and that's more than common. I mean, it's more than common when we allow our thought process be completely overwhelmed or consumed with emotional thoughts and what have you else. It's normal. It's there's nothing wrong with it. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it. I mean, we even where we go to the points of even questioning ourselves. As I said, it's not a positive thing to continuously question ourselves on every aspect, every level. Maybe to a point, that questioning ourselves is only good only for so far, essentially. Okay, because if you keep on questioning yourself, then goes to the points of self doubt, and to the points of major, deep emotional psychological depression. And of course, psychiatry idiots think, oh, why don't I medicate you? The medication for depression does not help. It's not the solution. All it does is completely reassess your brain waves and your fucking chemicalized base within your brain, where you are the same person but only to a certain extent, or a certain level, or even a certain percentage, and it varies per person. And this is the truth. Yes, I'm using, shall we say, scientific medical knowledge on that. Nobody really understands the brain. Even scientists, even nowadays, are still trying to better understand the brain, the human brain, essentially. But I'm telling you the things that I know that are more than factual, more than true, more than logical. Okay, so generally, MGTOW brothers and women, if any women are watching this, I'm being honest with you. As a as I do every time I tell people the truth as an advocate. I will not stop telling people the truth. Even that connects with facts and logic and reality and various others, right? I know many women will continuously question me and judge me and all this other shit. I don't care. I'm not in the wrong by saying what I'm saying. I'm not in the wrong by saying what I know to be true and what everybody else would eventually know to be true once they really take the time to think about it, and even as they assess themselves from within. Do the things. They don't necessarily have to do the things as I state, but do the things that they better can understand for themselves. That would help them. It doesn't always have to be what I've been saying. Even in my logical psychiatry videos, being that from this video, from the logical MGTOW, psychological talk to my logical psychiatry videos, you don't have to go fully on what I say, but just understand the fucking fact that I'm telling you the truth on everything I've said on each one of these videos. It's okay to question it. I don't care if you do, but eventually you will find the more you question it, the more you're gonna really just drag yourself even deeper, wondering what's the real answer for you. When you can find out within yourself, if you truly love yourself, if you truly believe in yourself, if you truly have faith and confidence in yourself, no matter what happens in your day to day life, even in the outside world. Think about it. Make time men, we know what I say to be true and what I have said to be true. We need to really put it through to the blue pilled simps, to the manginas, the white knights of the very thing that I said, and make sure they understand it the best way possible, without the base of anger, frustration, anything that's negative, anything that's negative. Don't go towards that. Seriously. It may take maybe one person, one feminist female to realize that I'm telling the truth on every one of my videos, including logical psychiatry. Every one of my videos of the logical MGTOW, logical psychological talk videos, even up to part 4, which is this one, and even my logical psychiatry videos. Although I haven't really done many of those in a while, but I might at one point do more as much as I have for in the sense of MGTOW. Of course, I'd have to word it differently though, and state it differently, which I can, but it still would ring true nonetheless. What are your thoughts, MGTOW brothers and future MGTOW brothers and blue pilled Simpson manginas and and white knight little freaks. Do you or do you not agree with what I said and have said? Believe me, I've said a lot of things all the way up from part 1 through 4 so far. There's not one thing that rings false. Not one. Not one. The end result is up to you. What what you feel is better for you. Do you feel that you need to go back to the plantation and practically be taken by the feminist female with your resources and finances, which basically is never a good thing for us men. It's always a positive for the woman though, and they keep on saying it time and time again. And they keep on expecting more and more men to follow the same path. As long they don't care what happens to the male, as long as the feminist bitch gets what she wants and what she feels that she's entitled to, which basically is a load of shit. Nobody's really that highly entitled to where they practically have to destroy a man and his well-being and self confidence and whatnot to better the woman. That's a major sin by doing it that way. You women didn't like it when we men cheated on you, but yet you want to fucking try to pay us back by not only cheating on us and getting away with it because of daddy government, and and then later on, when you feel it necessary to take us to divorce court to fucking get us for everything that we're basically worth, to practically where we're practically nearly penniless, especially when it comes to our items that we bought, that many of us men bought way before we even knew you existed. You fucking feminist bitches existed. In the sense of even in the relationship generalization or aspects, what have you, right? That's a major sinful action, ladies. It's better to just divorce the male and build your own resources without going after ours. Even if you just started working and just started being employed. That's the only logical step for you women on that aspect. Because if you continue doing the sinful shit by cheating on us men, then you practically want to change us from who you got to know to something much different in your view. Then you eventually leave us anyway. There's no logic in that. There's no actual respect and logic and realism in that. Uh-uh. But yet you women try to reassure us that you won't leave. But yet eventually, when you do eventually change us, you do leave us for another idiot. And you think you're still justified by doing that as well? Uh-uh. That's a major sin. You cheat on the dude, you cheat on the guy that you supposedly changed or tried to change, especially, and you sinfully judge on top of that, and everything, and try to point the finger as if everything is his fault, even by why you feel the way you feel when it comes to every aspect of negative emotion and feeling, in the sense of your indecisiveness, your unhappiness, and various other things. You fucking women are fucking idiots. Way beyond idiots, actually. You're sluts, skanks, complete sinful bitches. even in the levels of unrealistic, illogical entitlement levels. So basically, you're making to the points of the base of entitlement to be non-existent, ladies. That's exactly the end result. What will happen? Then what are you going to do, ladies? What are you going to try to do? Try to come up with another way of getting what you feel that you deserve, in the sense of even if it bankrupts the man to the points where he's practically more than penniless. But who cares as long as you get what you want, like a little fucking 2-year-old? And you think you're going to be forgiven for doing that shit? No, you're not. You think you're entitled in every aspect and level and what have you else? No, you're not. If you keep on thinking that you are, you're fucking going to go right into the pits of hell, guaranteed. Ladies. Once and if the laws were to change, we could easily make it to where the laws change to where we fucking get you at your slutty ass bitches back at doing the same shit to you, but possibly way worse. And I'm talking way fucking worse. To where you wouldn't be able to make a living for yourself like you try to do to us men every time in divorce court, even as daddy government fucking white knights for your sorry ass bitch slutty fucking asses, man. You don't you'll get your just desserts guaranteed, ladies. You may not think so, and you may not expect it, but believe me, it's it will come. You know the old saying, "Karma's a bitch." Well, that Lady Karma is about to come and bite you in the ass deeper than you really think, ladies. And that's not a fortune telling thing either. The more you do us men wrong, especially in divorce court, when it comes to our resources and the sense of adultery by going against the Bible, um, and and by getting our resources and financial aspects right, the Lady Karma will come over eventually and bite you in the ass so deep that you won't be able to fucking get her off of you. She'll keep biting you way worse than Pac-Man does to the fucking ghost on the video game. Way worse than Miss Pac-Man does in the same aspect of the ghost on the video game. As well as she gets the pellets and all that crap. So you feminist females better fucking rethink your fucking strategies to the points of actual logic. And if you need some help with that, as a humanitarian advocate and as one that knows psychology outside of MGTOW, I can help you with it. If you're willing to really truly listen, I can do that. Even with the base of staying MGTOW, I can still do that if I so choose. But I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna. That doesn't mean I'm gonna go back to the plantation. You may think it does, but it doesn't. It doesn't mean I'm going to go back to the plantation. I'll just help you better understand it, even aside from this video. And Emily Emerson, you need to fucking quit acting like a drama queen too. On top of that, because you cannot change the way things are written, the way they're expressed by anybody, even the same fucking gender as you, just because you don't like it or don't agree with it and you think it's a travesty or some weird fucking made up bullshit thing, Emily Emerson, that doesn't fit your criteria. You can't go that way because the more you do that, you sin without question and without provocation. Thereby, you're going against the Bible in every aspect of human rights and agency, in the sense of choices as well. Because we all have, even every female has a right to say what they feel and write it down and express it to many people. And like I said, the writer that fucking wrote that shit that you, Emily Emerson, do not agree with, and obviously Christy O'Misty may not agree with it. She knew that there would be some naysayers, but guess what? That's not going to change her fucking mind by rewriting it to your liking. You may think it will, but it won't. I will completely back her up on what she said that you, Christy O'Misty, and fucking Emily Emerson don't agree with. And yes, as I said, I'd be more than willing to talk with Emily Emerson and Christy O'Misty on Facebook Messenger, even the video chat. If they want to say hear my side of it and why I say what I say and why I said about them in the separate logical MGTOW videos of what I said about them and to them directly. I'm not afraid, dude, man. I'm gonna be as honest as I've always been, even on these videos. And as honest as I have always been, even before MGTOW, even while doing my advocating aspect, my own aspect of advocating, essentially, um, and informing the American people of things, and many other things. The way I've been honest with everybody out there that I know, especially, and even those who I don't know. Of course, at the same time, time will only tell if Christy O'Misty and Emily Emerson will take up the aspect of, you know, okay, I'll talk with you. I'll see if I can change your mind too at the same time. I bet that's exactly what they're thinking too. They would be thinking, no, 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 no. No woman, no matter how much or what she tries to do, would ever change my mind. Even if she did to the points of going again. Pardon me. Even if the woman tried to threaten that she'd go against the Bible in the sense of cheating/adultery, it wouldn't. Thereby, if she went in that aspect, she wouldn't see me anymore. Thereby, if she ever even attempted to even stalk me, I would have the FBI on her ass so fucking fast. And yes, I know ways to do it. I can get daddy government's higher ranking officers to make sure that you feminist bitches don't fucking stalk me. For your own bullshit, sinful entitlement purposes and shit like that. Or any other bullshit reason. Bullshit, illogical reason, especially. And as I have said, it it's more than okay with me, though, to be honest. With what I know in the sense of psychology, in the sense of the male female psyche, by using aspects of psychology as well, and what I know on other aspects as well, in other issues and situations and what have you else, it doesn't bother me one iota, or not even to the slightest, or anything of why women don't want to be with me. I'm still gonna stay straight. I'm still gonna stay MGTOW. I'm still going to be a humanitarian citizen, disability, health, business, and education advocate. I'm still going to be the person I have been from the day that I was born, helping thy fellow man and woman within reason, of course. And no, it would not go to the points of thinking of going to the plantation, because I will never go back to the plantation. Even if Brandon King and, say, Alec Fleming wanted some psychological help, I'd help them out. Even if any political bitch female that's even in the campaign, I'd help out in the psychological sense, within reason. Even if Melania Trump needed some advice or help in the psychological sense, I'd help her. Would I help Nancy Pelosi? Oh, hell no. I'd let her suffer like she wants the American people to suffer under the base of the Democrat socialist actions and more. I don't mean to be political, but I'm just adding that into it, really, because I believe it's more than adequate. Would I help Christy or Misty? Would I help Emily Emerson psychologically with what I know, especially, which is a lot more than I've expressed on each one of these videos, and even more than I even know more than I expressed even on the videos even before the logical MGTOW videos before this, and the logical and even the logical psychiatry ones even before this, and that's the truth. The people who really know me only know that I'm telling you the truth. You YouTubers and BitChute content video content makers and watchers are only getting a, shall we say, a moderate variation, if not more than that. You feminist bitches are only getting a moderation, or if not more than that, of knowing what I know, of hearing what I know, and actually realizing I know more than you think. Let's put it this way, on the aspect of a woman doing a video, a feminist bitch doing a video that says, how to destroy fuckboys. She would definitely, even by that sinful, judgmental video, or anything even related to it, even followed by it, she will most definitely, in every spiritual level, she will go straight to the pits of hell, soul, being, and everything. She will not be able to back away after making that one video. Even if she were to delete it, it wouldn't change it. It would not change the fact that she will go straight into the pits of hell for going on with that video of how to destroy fuckboys. And anything she said, she has done that even correlates with that, or even tries to connect in any way with that, before or even after. And I don't really care what her name is, but you'll see the video of saying, or even shows on the damn fucking cover, how to destroy fuckboys. Yes, I'm a spiritually strong person. I'm a strong member of MGTOW too. And I'm a strong, confident, self-assured person as well. Be that, of course, a strong, self-assured, confident man. No woman would be able to change that. No matter how much no matter what they tried to do or even threatened to do, I would fucking make it to where they would be in deep legal trouble before they even attempted, even deep spiritual trouble. This is the fourth one of logical MGTOW, logical psychological talk, part four. And if the woman that made that how to destroy fuckboys wants to fucking talk with me and try to fucking demean me, she wouldn't be able to, because guess what? If she talks to me, I'll talk with her. But the basic fact is, I'll tell her every spiritual aspect of what her wrongful actions and judgmental bullshit that she's doing, and thinks that she's justified by doing so. She's not. She thinks she's entitled to do so. No, she's not. She's not sent from heaven to do anything negative or even judge any male or anybody for that matter negatively. Not one fucking feminist is allowed to do that shit. No matter how much entitled they may feel or think that they are when they really are not, even into the aspect of illogical levels and unrealistic levels. And and with that, if they need a spiritual guide to show them I'm telling them the fucking truth, it can happen. And in fact, I will pray tonight to make sure it happens. And every, shall we say, angel that watches over each and every one of us, those angels that are watching over the feminist fucking bitches, will fucking show them that I'm right. They won't like it. They'll try their best to in any way they think they can to ignore it as if it's bullshit when it's not. But believe me, when it comes to a spiritual guide like that, you wouldn't be able to ignore one thing of it without question. I'd be able to do the same thing for every MGTOW member, but I would do it in a more of a positive way, not in the sense of teaching one a lesson. Like I would teach every fucking female feminist bitch out there and skank out there the lesson. With no physical harm done to them. Guaranteed more than you think and more than you know. In fact, every MGTOW member can do the same thing. Pray to make sure that every angel that's watching over every fucking feminist, teach them a fucking lesson and show them that I am right. That every MGTOW member is right about what they've been saying about the fucking feminist sinful bitch and their negative, sinful, illogical actions and entitlement levels and such like that. Guaranteed, without question, guaranteed, and there's no aspect of money changing hands as the old sales pitch goes. You know, nothing to that extent, but guaranteed without question, without even provocation. If you MGTOW members want to know more, please let me know on the comment section below or in my Logical MGTOW Facebook pages of Logical MGTOW on Facebook or Logical MGTOW Spuck on Facebook. Okay, on both of those pages, and also on the Logical Psychiatry page of Facebook as well. This is Logical MGTOW Spuck. And this video is logical MGTOW logical psychological talk part 4. Live long and prosper, MGTOW brothers and future MGTOW brothers. Stay safe, stay strong, free yourself from feminism, stay confident, self-assured, build your own finances for yourself and only for your children if you have any. Be that for yourself and your children if you have any children, or generally if for yourself, if you don't. And stay MGTOW for life.